Okay, welcome back. And my second guest is Honorable Duro Meseko. He's a former member of the House of Representatives, Kogi State, and he's also a member of the Media and Publicity Committee, APC Presidential Campaign Council. Honorable Meseko, we're glad to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Before we even go into what our subject matter, our interest is this morning with you and Kogi State, which is Kogi and 2023 politics, because Kogi is, quote-unquote, out of sync with the rest of the electoral program. So when everybody is coming in with the new governor, that will not be the case of Kogi. In fact, your primaries are going to be held around
March to April next
March
year.
to April, when new governors would have been known, and maybe some of them being sworn in. We had a similar situation just over the weekend with
Osun.
with Osun. So we'll talk about that. But in Ibaji, in Kogi, you also have found oil. And yes, this conversation about my name, the name of the representative for my state is not on the list, also affects Kogi as well. There is no Kogi representative on that list.
Exactly. And when I went through the list, I mean, what immediately came to my mind was the federal government or the presidency that produced the list, may have not really factored in the fact that Kogi is now officially an oil-producing state.
Because you say you've been paid already.
Oh, yes.
The state
yeah,
has been
the
paid
state government
dues.
announced last month that they've received their own share. I mean, that's Kogi has received its own share of allocation, for oil-producing states. So that shows you that we should be on board. So, but I'm sure the President Muhammadu Buhari, is a listening president, is a leader, who listens, and I'm sure it will be corrected. And Kogi will have its own representative on the new NDDC board.
Indeed. And very briefly, you heard Mr. Kolawole Johnson, who has an interest, Act for Transformative Initiative. You heard his presentation, and he said it's about the suitability of people for the post. I don't know if you vary in his submission or if you're really on board with him.
Well, yes, but of course, the suitability in quote and unquote is subjective. I mean, your own best might be my own, second best. So the president, in his wisdom, has said this is the person that is most suitable to chair the new NDDC board. And so I think we should leave it at that. Surely they will have their own reasons for doing that.
Okay. Let me go on a quick break. Stay with us, please. We'll be right back. We'll continue with Honorable Meseko, and we'll go straight on to politics in Kogi vis-a-vis the situation that I just explained. Stay with us, please. Okay, welcome back. As you know, we have Honorable Duro Mesako. He is a former House of Representative member for Kogi State, and is also a member of the Media and Publicity Committee, APC Presidential Campaign Council. As I was saying, in Kogi State, they're out of sync a bit. The incumbent governor in Kogi will be leaving office in January 2024, and he will be replaced. Now, the process to elect a successor is going to be between March and April 2023.
Yes.
So, what does this do for the larger, bulk of the country that is in sync, in tandem, so that you'll be doing majority of them? How will it affect, if at all, that objective, the 2023 election?
Oh, you mean election?
Yes.
Well, if you look at it, the presidential election is February 25, 2023. By the time we'll be going into primaries in Kogi for our governorship election.
It will be after that.
It will be after that. And of course, this is politics. And I don't see how it will not affect it too much. For instance, my party is in power in Kogi State, the All Progressives Congress, and we occupy, the political space. For instance, of the 25 House of Assembly seats, we occupy 25, and of the House of Reps seats, we also occupy majority, ditto Senate. So, I mean, for me, it's just like a normal exam that is already that the APC will pass. Okay. So it's not, for me, it's not so much as it's just a normal political process, That nothing to fret about.
Or indeed strategize, especially about.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mazi Okoroafo, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yuri. Good morning, I guess. When we talk about politics in Kogi State,
yes,
I guess, I want us to look at this issue. I think the young man that in question in that Kogi politics, that they were told, that we were told, according to newspaper, according to what we see, what's there in Kogi State, that the young man was with the government. At the end of the day, the same government now said the boy is now with terrorists or waiting the attack date as a suspect. But what I want to find out from now is, I would like Kogi State government, in terms of politics, that we have to examine anything we do so that we get what we call credibility. Because to me, it is not when one is in the government that values. When you leave the government, the way people rate you and the way people say, during social regime, during this, what was called an icon leaving the government, an icon have credibility, an icon at least tomorrow. Your children will benefit. That is what we should look at in terms of process. But the government is trying, I think, with this flood issue that happened every day, that logo just on, thank God that everything has just come to now. But I pray that such flood will not come back. And at the last topic, we just finished the NDDC issue that just finished before you enter this one. You see, I pray that the government will put it clear, the federal government, that NDDC organ, the chairman, whosoever that is coming after this month, the next state that will take over the chairman position of NDDC, they should indicate it now. And the board members, now, when they say, next chairman from social state, because every time you see confusion in NDDC, every time, and the way they are work contract, the new board members should not be contract-oriented board members. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Mazi Okoroafo. And would you like to relate to the point he made in relation to Kogi?
Yes, he talked about somebody that was arrested, and that maybe they said he was, well, I mean, I'm not a security personnel, And if the DSS, in their wisdom, decides to pick somebody they felt, was
needs to be investigated.
Yeah, needed to be investigated. Of course, I think we should allow them do their job, and that's that about that. I wouldn't want to comment on that.
Yeah,
really
I guess the import of the question is that hopefully this won't put a black mark against Kogi and its the administration.
No, not at all. But rather, it's even a plus, because it shows that Kogi is not a haven for terrorists. I mean, if we want to look at it from that perspective, and that there's no hiding place, just as the governor said some few days ago, that in Kogi there is no hiding place for bandits or terrorists.
Okay. Fidel in Owerri. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being with you. My name is Fidel Onyeneke. I am interested in this issue of NDDC. You see, every time it appears government has not been putting the right people in the rightful position, and it appears they do things without effective monitoring. I want to suggest that this new board of NDDC, that there should be a way of checking their excesses in case there will be one, and also monitor all the activities to ensure that all those who are supposed to benefit as expected. They must jettison this issue of being overwhelmed by contractors and so on, probably for personal reasons, and focus on things that we talk positively on the rural dwellers, that we improve the living standard of the people of the Niger Delta. That is the only way people can see them that they have achieved the expected results. Thank you and God bless you. I'm Fidel Onyeneke.
Thank you very much, Mr. Onyeneke, for calling in. The point that he makes was also made by Mr. Kolawole Johnson earlier, that, look, this is about the development of the entire region, and that seemed to be his main concern, that because he referred to, quote-unquote, some feudal overlords that were doing things for themselves behind the scenes. But, I have a difficulty, actually, believing that Mr. President will fall for that kind but Mr. Johnson was speaking.
I don't also think so, but I think the last speaker made a very valid point, which I also subscribe to, that the NDDC board, this new board, should, with all that we've seen, with all the outcries and all that,
there's been so much scandal.
Yes, should hit the ground running immediately and ensure that, NDDC lives to its billing, and what is that? To ameliorate, all the problems that have been identified in the NDDC state, especially the grassroots, construction of roads, electricity, and so on and so forth. It's time for NDDC to stop, omnibus contracts, that have little or no bearing on the mass of the people. So, I think he made it very valid.
Chidi in Kafanchan. Good morning, sir. Did you hear me, Chidi? Good morning.
Yes, I hear you. Good morning to you.
Thank you for calling.
Good morning. Have a great week ahead. Please, my take is on Kogi politics. Can I go on?
Excellent.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think everything that needs to be done should be done so that Kogi State, as one of the states we have in this country, would have it better this time around. Because within the last 8 years, the state has not had it anywhere better in terms of governance. I think the government presently should allow the citizens of the state to choose whosoever that they want to be their governor, so that it is not going to be a governor that was imposed on them. And such governance doesn't bring productivism in terms of the reasons of it. I want to say thank you very much and God bless Nigeria.
Indeed, thank you very much for calling in. The point that he raised, let me go, for instance, there will be a new governor. It won't be with APC won't be the only person interested. But even staying with APC, there's the whole matter about where a person comes from, his section, his region, because there should be a sort of a mutually agreed, even if not written, sort of a order.
Yes.
So in that regard, what are the challenges? For instance, the Okun people, they want to come in. Then there are the Igbira people. So give me some sort of an understanding in brief.
Well, thank you very much. We have 3 major tribes in Kogi. We have the Galas, they are in the majority. We have the Igbiras. We also have the Okun Yorubas.
You're of that group.
Oh yes,
you're of Okun.
I'm an Okun. Yes, and of course there are other smaller tribes too. The Galas have had 16 years in government. Audu was there, the late Prince Abubakar Audu of blessed memory. Of course, Alhaji Ibrahim Idris was also there. In fact, he was there for 9 years. He's also a Gala. And Captain Idris Wadatu was there for 4 years. And now, Alhaji Adoza Bello, also there now. He's been there now for 7 years, thereabouts. Naturally, Kogi West, that hasn't had its own, time or turn, will naturally also want to agitate, which is what is happening right now.
But is there any contention on this? Seeing as you've explained how it's been going on with one section for quite a while, is there any contention that it should go around? For instance, are the Galas about to protest that no, it's a contest? This whole matter about understanding and conceding.
Well, I believe the current governor, Governor Bello, launched an initiative called a BIGO. I think about a year or 2 ago. A BIGO means Ebira, Igala, Okun, and it's all about justice, equality, and all that, equality for all. And so since a BIGO is in place, I am sure that our brothers, and sisters from the East, that's the Gala people, of course they will. I'm not sure they will want to rock the boat of a BIGO. They wouldn't want to go against the spirit. Ditto for our brothers from Central, the Ebira people. They've also had their own turn, about to have their own turn of 8 years. So I think naturally it should, move to Kogi West, my personal opinion, in the spirit of a BIGO.
That's the Okun people.
Yes, the spirit of a BIGO. Yes, Kogi West is not only Okun people that are in Kogi West. We have about 7 local governments. Okay. Okun occupies 5 of the local government, or 6, 5.5, part of Lokoja local government. We also have Okun there. So that's it.
Because as you know, that caller said that from where he is calling from,
well, he was talking about leadership. That Kogi should
Kogi
elect.
Hasn't had its best yet.
Well, but that's is also subjective. That's his own view.
His own opinion.
Yeah, that's his own opinion. Everyone is entitled to his or her opinion. But as per his fears about the processes producing or throwing up the best, I can assure you that my own party, the All Progressives Congress, is a party of due process, and that during the primaries between March and April next year, I can assure the caller that the best candidate will be thrown up by APC.
Indeed, and it's very likely to not go against the spirit of a BIGO that you.
My prayers are prayers.
That is your prayer. Well, as you said, your party APC, it's consistent, or
absolutely,
it's consistent. It has stated that this is one way to go. Yes. So you'll be very surprised if anybody were to go against that spirit come the time.
Absolutely.
When the primaries shall be.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Honorable Duro Meseko. I wish we had more time to talk about it, but thank you very much. former member of the House of Representatives, and also member of the Media and Publicity Committee of the APC Presidential Campaign Council.
Thank you.
And our thanks also to our first guest, Mr. Kola Wale Johnson, who spoke to us about his concerns on the list of the President to the National Assembly concerning the NDDC board. So that's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.